What's going on, everybody? We're back at home again, and if you may notice, Mallory did an excellent job. Okay, I helped too, but she got it started on cleaning out the garage. So we got the garage all cleaned out. It's been raining, and all of the events that were possible for us to go to, stuff we wanted to go to, we wanted to try to bring the kids, anything within 5 hours, pretty much rained out, canceled, rescheduled. So we got to work on the garage, got that all done, mixed that with getting outside done. We're almost completely done with getting everything kind of ready to get to work and get some racing done this season. Since we last left off in the last video, we had a little problem with the car. It was overheating. I'm not sure that I mentioned it in the video, but it really was just something simple. It just needed water. We had pushed some water into the expansion tank when we had thrown the belt. I didn't realize it. I was running around working and didn't have enough focus on the car, so when I came up to make my next passes, it was overheating. Put some water in it. We've since put it on the trans brake a few times, done some shakedown stuff. Everything is good to go. We got some fresh Hot Shot Secret oil in it. I did an oil change. Oil looks good. Everything looks good and is checking out all right. So right now we're getting ready to load this thing up so I can go try to make some hits on the street. There's a spot here locally where we haven't been to yet, and I'd really like to check it out. Plus, we did make one adjustment to the suspension. I did tighten the front rebound even more. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if maybe when we bought the shocks, I think we were planning on having the big block in it. I'm starting to wonder if maybe we're starting to get to the limits of the shock itself, just because there's significantly less weight up front and less weight overall. So I want to see how that works out with the front shocks. We only put 2 clicks in. I don't know how many are left, but can't think it'd be many by now. But we'll figure that out, and we want to try to go ahead and get down the street because I've got some tune-ups, some different stuff, but I don't have everything yet. Plus, the only way we're going to get any better is by continuing to go out and test and figure it out. So I'm going to take you guys along tonight. We don't have Brandon. Brandon's back way back home doing some stuff this weekend, so it's just going to be me riding solo. So I'm going to film with you guys. I'm going to show you guys what we're doing as far as the tuning aspects of it, because I know a lot of people ask questions about that. So I want to try to go over that tonight, and we'll see if we can get this thing to get down the street with some respectable ETs. I mean, we can turn it down and it'll get down the street, but I want to go fast. So let's see if we can get that figured out tonight. Thank you, babe. Oh. All right, so we made it out to the new spot here, and this looks like it would be a really good road. It's really pretty tight. I don't know how well you guys can see, but it's been used. It's definitely been used quite a bit. There you go, shed some light on the situation. Yeah. So as far as what we do here, I mean, this is really filled in pretty nice. This is nice and tight. It's a little chilly out. We got some fog, but this feels dry. I think one good burnout on this, and I have picked a tune-up, which I will go over with you guys in just a second. I'll show you what it is, and then yeah, we'll see what we can make happen. I like it. I like it. So there's a couple things. We've got a boost ramp here that has worked on what I think is a pretty good road, pretty similar to this, and we're leaving on 14 pounds and immediately go to 14.9 till about 3 seconds, and then we're gonna try to give it everything she's got. Oh, how you come from that direction?
Because I want to roll horns.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
So we got that, and then for launch retard, we're gonna do 3 degrees till about 1 second, and then we're gonna start jamming it back in there, so it should all be in pretty much. This is actually gonna take us a little bit past the 60 foot. We're gonna see how this works with updating, well, not updating, but with tightening the front suspension a little bit. And like I said, this tune-up has gone down a similar road, but all I did was I stretched out the launch retard a little bit farther. So where it used to be 2.7 over here at 0.75, I stretched out to 1 second, just because it's cold. First one down. But yeah, let's load up and make it happen. It's not enough fast. Huh?
Need more juice?
Yeah, we need some more juice. The juice is loose. So we pull out here, we go to fire it up so I can fire the compressor up and everything. I loaded the tune up, and now it's acting like the battery's dead. Battery's been fine all day. I've driven it on and off the trailer, moved it around, put it on the brake, done everything. And now here we are. So we're gonna try to get some more juice to it. The juice is loose. We need it. Oh, he gonna spin the truck around, put the jumper cables up there. What a day. Good in the hood. We got damn 13.5 volts. There we go. Something in the file. Because that file that I uploaded, it wasn't giving us no crank signal, and then when I switched it back right, so what we've done here, this was the launch retard that we had in it in the last pass. Actually, I've already changed it. So this was all 3 up to this point, and then at a second it started trickling back in. We're gonna go 4.1 just because I missed 4 when I was trying to drag it down, and extend it out by it was at 0.75. Now we're gonna try it at 1 and then ramp it back in like that. So we're gonna leave everything else alone. We're just gonna see if the timing can get us down the road. Justin says I should try the left lane. We should try to get a first round tune-up for this thing, or an off the trailer tune-up. I don't think that's such a bad idea. So take a little bit more power out of it. Let me see what boost is at, because I had to switch this file because our other file wouldn't work. Yeah, so we're not even making crazy amounts of boost here, but we do have no advanced ICF 1D tables. I don't think we're gonna need it, but we do have some on the scramble here. Now you'll notice my scramble is a little different. Instead of just being a steady, you know, it gives me 5 pounds, it does it time based. So that way, if I'm towards the top of where we should be making all the boost anyway, I can't give it 5 pounds and hit boost cut. I can only give it 1 pound to just give us a little more. It's not going to do much out here, but right in here is where it'll really do something if I feel like it can take it. I'm going to tell you, based on what I just felt, I don't think it can take it. It was on the verge, it was almost there, but it just was a little too hot. So actually what I'm going to do, we're going to go, instead of 4.1, we're going to go 4.5, and we'll see what that does us on the timing. I don't know that it can, does it read point degrees, Justin? Like if I go 4.5, will it actually do 4.5, or? Yeah. All right, so let's save this one. We'll upload it, see if this thing starts, and we'll go from there. Oh. I need a 3D printer, because I need to make some stuff. One of which being the column mount Terminator. Yeah. don't quite know what happened there. The pass was definitely better. How did it look?
It looked good.
Looked good. It held on for longer. It's still, after the gear change, it got to a point where it just wanted to like, wah, wah, and I don't understand why. Then when I got down there, I went to turn around, and I'm not sure if the cord got hung up in the steering wheel and maybe it was arcing or something or what, because I was hitting the reverse button and it would go and then it would just start making this hellacious noise. I don't know. We've got some stuff to check out, because why that, and then reverse started working again just fine. It was weird, dude. Like, I clicked the button, it would start moving, I'd give it a little gas, and then it would like make this screeching noise, like this weird sound. I wish I had a GoPro on in the car, like, to hear it, but, and it wouldn't. And then I would just like
Nothing in forward gear?
No, forward gears would be, yeah, forward gears would be fine, just reverse. And then all of a sudden you guys came down there, started pushing it backwards, got it over its hump.
Check the fluid, maybe half quarter low.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks, because I think we're really close to nailing a...
That was worse that time than it was first time.
Worse?
It spun worse.
Did it?
It white smoke the tire.
Okay.
Video will tell you it's a lot better video than the first one.
All right. We took power out of it though.
Maybe. When you start, at what point do you start making a turbo spool faster with less timing though?
With 4 degrees, I mean, it shouldn't, you know. So, I don't know, but I can tell you, I don't feel comfortable going down the road again and then getting stuck with no reverse, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out first.
It felt better. Like, it
Really?
It felt better. I was able to control it longer before it got stupid. So, but if it was white smoking the tire, then we're just...
It white smoking tire about 60 to 100 for that.
Then we just still got too much power in it. I mean, we could keep turning it down. But what we need is some good rear shocks that I can adjust, because I think a lot of our, not a lot, or not all, but at least some of our issues can be fixed with that. Now, we got traffic coming, we got people coming. Let's get this thing loaded up and out of here before we cause ourselves any trouble, and then we'll take it home and start looking at it, start going over everything, try to figure out what we're about. All right, so testing didn't go as we had hoped. A couple things we learned, a couple things we figured out, a couple things that I want to try. Right now, we're having a hard time getting it to take a decent amount of power and get down the street. Now, there could be a number of reasons for that. I think one of them is I do think we need to get a good rear double adjustable shock so we can kind of make those changes. I wanted to make changes today, but we got up and it was raining, so we covered the car up and we can't really do much today. But I do have a game plan moving forward. I want to get it back in here and I want to reset everything. So the cowl tracks, the leaf springs, the anti-roll bar, I mean the anti-roll bar has been changed, but the cowl tracks and everything in the rear have been set up when it had the big block in it, and it weighed about 500 more pounds. When we put extra weight in it to scale it properly and then had the big block in it, it weighs about 500 more pounds than it does right now. I'd like to get it in here. We're going to try to reset everything, get everything to neutral again, and I hate to say it, but it might be time to kind of start from scratch. What I'm hoping happens is starting from scratch gives us a better baseline, and we'll start to figure out, do we have enough adjustment in the front shock that we need to be able to do what we need to do? Can we get a rear shock on it and then make those adjustments as we need? I mean, if I had a double adjustable rear shock right now, I'd throw it on the rear and we would go back to trying it just like that, just to see, because I don't want to change all of these things at once. I'd like to kind of attack the problems one by one. We got some more seat time. I still don't know what's going on with the Nova. The thing, it's crazy. We put it on a good surface and it's fine, and it drives like I could let go of the steering wheel and everything would be fine. But the second we put it on a surface where it's unhappy or gets unhappy at all, it just becomes a wild ride. I'm not going to give up on it yet. You know, some people would want to say like, hey, why don't we just take everything and throw it in a chassis that doesn't act as wild? That could be a good idea, but I'm not ready just quite yet to give up on it. You know, I've been looking at a lot of comments. I've been looking I had a lot of suggestions. People have said, you know, can you lower the rear? I can't physically lower the rear anymore. I could show you guys, but essentially what you need to know is that without moving the leaf springs, I'd have to take the leaf springs completely off and remount them, bring them closer to the center. I cannot get the car to sit any physically lower because of wheel offset, all of that kind of stuff, that we can't do a different set of wheels, we can't do this, we can't do that. Essentially, if we bring the wheels in any further, it's going to hit the leaf spring. So I have to cut the whole back half of that car out and kind of, you know, redo it. Right now it's factory setup and factory style, but to lower it any more in the rear, that's what we would have to do. And I'm not ready to take on that kind of a project yet. We'll get it figured out. We'll keep testing. I just talked to some other buddies who had mentioned, hey, we might have some scales that you can use, so maybe they'll come over this week and we'll scale the thing and we'll see what weight percentages are, because I know what the weight is because I scaled it at Rockingham. I drove on the scale there and was actually able to see the weight with me in it, but I don't know corner weights, front, rear. I don't know any of that. Let's scale it. Let's maybe set up all the suspension again, start from scratch. Because the thing is, what I know is that if we put it on a good surface, it's going to be fine. It'll work. But what I'm trying to figure out is these non-good surfaces, these street surfaces, this first round tune-up, you know, because it's going to be the same thing for back half of the track, you know, and it doesn't make sense. Right now, the way we could make it work is by just turning it down a bunch. But I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. If I turn it down to the point where it wants to go 650s, yeah, it'll go, but that's not going to win us any rounds. It's been a little frustrating, because I will say there's some surfaces we've been on that it works, and then some it doesn't, and we're not making any suspension changes. All we're doing is moving power, and not dramatically either. So it's been a little frustrating, but you'll have that at times. We just got to figure out how to get the power to the ground. We're not making a ton of power. We need all of it to get to the ground and for the chassis to work as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We're going to be back to work on that. Like I said, maybe reset the suspension, take some more looks at it. I don't know. If we can't get it figured out, the good news is we have other chassis. We can do other stuff if we really needed to, but I'm not quite ready to do that just yet. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. This video is a little different. It was just kind of really just raw footage of like, hey, this is what happens when we go out and test, and here I'll show you guys some stuff on the computer on what we're doing and how we're trying to combat it and everything else. But I think it was a good time. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, do all the dang things. We've got the studio, the in-home studio is looking fantastic these days, so I'm really looking forward to getting some more work done in here and some more projects rolling. But for now, I'm gonna get this guy out to you guys and then start planning the rest of the week on how we're gonna attack the Nova problems, where we might possibly go. I know that there are some races this weekend. I don't know that we're quite ready for them just yet, you know, unless I can get this thing sorted and figured out relatively quickly. I'm not sure that we're going to go anywhere this weekend just yet, but we'll see how it falls and go from there.